Hi everybody, I'm Marcus Bolt from the UK and I'd like to invite you to a ZoomMuse art presentation I'm giving on the 31st of May. Now, the idea for this presentation occurred to me while watching Elfriede Schragen's ZoomMuse a while back. She said at one point that because she'd had an academic painter for a father, when she added an image to one of her paintings by copying a photograph, she felt as if she were cheating. This reminded me that while I was at art college studying graphics, we were somehow made to feel by students of the painting school that we were inferior because we used mechanical devices, cameras and rulers and so on. I could never accept this hierarchic stratifying and remember hours of argument with fellow students, my claiming that whether designing a page layout for a magazine or painting a still life, for example, one was bringing to bear the same artistic sensibilities, visual acuity, and color compositional criteria. Then some years ago, I read David Hockney's Secret Knowledge, Rediscovering the Techniques of the Old Masters. What an eye-opener that was in every respect. Basically, he proved that the old masters fell into two categories, but also occasionally overlapped. The first group he called eyeballers, those who drew and painted solely from life or imagination, painters like Michelangelo, Rubens, and so on, and those who employed optics, such as mirrors, lenses, camera obscura, and cameras lucida. Painters such as Caravaggio, Vermeer, Velasquez, Leonardo da Vinci, and so on. What reading this book did for my painting was to free me up from the tyranny of having to be a draftsman, as I could use all and everything from the squaring up techniques used by the old masters, that is using preparatory drawings, also called cartoons, through to taking pictures of still life setups on my Canon digital camera and opening them in Photoshop, and then taking the modified result into Quark Express, continuing to modify and adjust the composition and lighting as I proceeded. Now, note that masters such as Vermeer and Caravaggio also adjusted lighting, model positions, and composition as they searched for the correct composition using mirrors, only transferring outline drawings to the canvas when totally satisfied. Now, after suggesting the concept of his book to friends, Hockney found that some were encouraging, but as he writes in the introduction, others, though, were horrified at my suggestions. Their main complaint was that for an artist to use optical aids would be cheating, that somehow I was attacking the idea of innate artistic genius. Let me say here that optics do not make marks. Only the artist's hand can do that. And it requires great skill. And optics don't make drawing any easier either, far from it. I know, I've used them. On the left, you can see drawings by Ingres. Now note the head of the woman seems to be too big for the body. This would be due to realigning the camera lucida, which you can see Hockney using top right. It took Hockney a year to perfect the technique. Now Hockney continues, but to an artist 600 years ago, optical projections would have demonstrated a new and vivid way of looking at and representing the material world. Optics would have given artists a new tool with which to make images that were more immediate and more powerful. To suggest that artists use optical devices, as I am doing here, is not to diminish their achievements. For me, it makes them all the more astounding. It wouldn't be easy painting a smile. The model would have to hold the pose for quite a while. But by projecting onto the canvas using mirrors or perhaps lenses by then, Van Honthorst, for example, could very quickly pinpoint the important markers very accurately. To show how real or photographic the image is, I've added a photo of the actor Simon Pegg. They do seem very alike. Maybe they are showbiz photogenic types. Also shown is the now famous Woman with a Pearl Earring by Vermeer. And again, it's that dark background gives you the clue that this was a projected image. Next, I'll show you how I went beyond photorealism, finding it, such as paintings like this, finding it eventually unchallenging, a tad too easy. So I brought in imagery that didn't rely on modeling, using flat shapes and average color values, as the following pictures show. In a way, I tried to emulate what visualizers in advertising agency do, and I have actually been one. They prepare what are called scamps. These are almost symbolic outline drawings to represent a proposed photograph or illustration. And these are shown to clients for consideration before the expensive steps are taken. And here's a typical example, top left. Finally, I want to show some more recent paintings. These show how I've developed since the Hockney breakthrough. Now they are, for me, solely about shapes, color, and composition. So for the full, more in-depth story, please join our ZoomMuse meeting on Monday, the 31st of May. Make a note in your diary, and Andrew will send out the Zoom link soon. Thank you all, and hope to see you there. Bye.